So we are back here at a pretty snowy Leyton Orient training ground and the boys are working hard behind me and it's time for another episode of the O Show. Let's get started. You guys are in for an absolute treat today as we're going to be catching up with the first team development coach Danny Webb and looking at your tweets from Red Monday that happened this week. But first we're going to be catching up with Joe Austin, the first team performance analyst. Here we go. Right, so now here we are with Joe Austin, the first team performance analyst. Joe, lovely to have you on.
That's me.
So first of all, let's just talk a little bit about what your role involves, because people must see you on your laptop working away, but no one really knows what you're doing.
Yeah, so basically my role is to sort of facilitate the analysis needs of the playing staff and the coaching staff. It runs from post-match analysis, so things like we'll watch our games back, along with the coaching staff. I must say it's pretty much a collaborative effort. Sort of analysing what we did well, what we didn't do so well, and what we might change going forwards.
How much time do you reckon you'd spend on, say, analysing a game
on our own
90 minutes?
On our own game, probably around 5 hours on a Sunday, or on the way back from an away trip as well on the bus. So it's a good way of use of time. I also do a lot of opposition analysis, which is probably where the main bulk of my sort of workload and time throughout the week is spent. Yeah. I tend to watch around probably 3 to 5 games and sort of the opposition, sorry. Okay. And then sort of analysing what they're doing well, what with and without the ball, what they do when they win the ball back, what they do when they lose the ball, for example, and on set plays. And then sort of how we can counteract that, exploit it, and stop them doing what they want to do.
How similar is it? Because I play Football Manager.
Yeah.
How similar is it to, you know, when you get your scout report and it's like, oh, this team doesn't like playing against 4-4-2. Yeah. The keepers are eccentric. Is that how similar is that?
Yeah. So we get our own scout reports. We've got opposition scouts who will go and watch the games for us. I sort of liaise with them on a weekly basis and ask them what they're seeing, and then matching that up with my own thoughts on the game that I'm watching on video. So then it'll be sort of, we have a sit-down meeting with the coaching staff. We watch around 30 to 40 minutes worth of clips that I've put together on the opposition, and then we sort of discuss how and what we're going to do to stop or exploit them.
Sounds like you don't get much sleep at all.
I don't just speak for myself as an analyst, but I'm sure it's the same for every analyst across the country. It's very time demanding. A lot of work goes into.
It sounds it. Yeah. It sounds it. And I want to get this one out of the way. The Leeds situation, hashtag Spygate. Yeah. We've seen what a mastermind Bielsa is. What do you take on that situation? It's not against the rules, is it?
No, it's not against the rules, but I don't think it's necessarily the right thing to do within the English game. I don't think I could sit here and criticise Bielsa because he's got many disciples such as Guardiola, Pochettino. He's obviously a very good coach, and he has his own ways of working.
So yeah, no, I'm not saying that you've got your spies or anything, but is there anything that you do that the fans wouldn't expect to gain more information on the opposite team?
So I do a lot of work gathering information through social media, look through the local press, see what if they've got any injuries, any sort of unrest in the camp. Obviously we have our opposition scouts who will go out and watch the game. But all in all, it's just trying to build up a big picture for the coaches and for the players, to understand what we can expect on Saturday.
What's the strangest thing you've kind of come across in like the social media? Is there anything?
Other than the Fox story.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, other than that, I'm not too sure, to be fair. I don't think I could pick one out.
So how does someone kind of actually go about getting themselves into a role of an analyst? It's not one that you kind of see in your job centre, is it?
No, it's not. So I went to university and studied for a degree in sports science and coaching. Okay. During my time there, I became very interested in the analysis of football matches. Upon graduating, I joined Colchester United, initially in a part-time role.
Because you were at the academy there?
Yeah, that's right. So I spent 5 seasons there in total. Had a great time. The role differs quite differently to that of a first-team analyst.
I was going to say, it must be quite a big step up.
Yes, it is. It's very different, sort of what your outlooks are. When you're working with academy players, it's about development. So we're sort of producing analysis for that purpose. Obviously, within the first team is pretty much performance, results driven. Sorry. Yeah. So we're working out what we can really do to hurt the opposition.
All right, and finally, before we wrap this up, what would you do on a match day? What is your kind of involvement? Where do you sit? You're not in the dugout, are you?
No, so I'm up top in the gantry.
Okay.
Usually arrive at the ground for about 12:30, set up all the equipment. Obviously wait around for, we do a sort of a pre-match meeting with the players. So
and you're involved in that?
Yeah, so I basically collate audio information that we spoke about on the opposition into one video, which tends to be around 8 to 10 minutes in total. Okay. We present that to the players. Ross and the gaffer will deliver that, sort of what we're expecting from the opponent, how we might counteract it, and then that meeting takes place. Wait around for the team sheets, work out what sort of shape they're going to play based on what we've seen previously, work out sort of who's going to mark who from set plays with Danny Webb, and then head on up to the gantry, have a live feed down to the bench in case I'm seeing anything that they may miss. So
you're the one on the live feed, so Danny Webb in, okay.
Yeah, I'm the other end.
I wondered who he was talking to.
No, I'm the other end of that. So it might just be little tactical things that I might notice that can feed into him, or things from set plays, for example, that we might exploit or want to stop. I have an intern with me called Charlie George, who's affectionately known as Shredded Wheathead. He works with me during the week as well. He's a really great lad. He sort of films the games for me. We do all the live streaming for the board, and obviously when it goes out to the wider audiences. And then at half time, sort of anything that I might see tactically, we might present to the players. Yeah. So firstly, obviously, show the gaffer, Ross Webby, what I'm seeing with the laptop through video, and then sort of if it needs to be done, go around the individuals and just quickly show them sort of things that they might do to change the course of the second half.
Well, it's more interesting than I even expected it to be. It's been great chatting to you today, Joe, and I'll catch you around.
Lovely, thanks very much.
So it's labelled last Monday the most depressing day of the year, and labelling it Blue Monday, but us here at the Orient, we didn't want to stick with that, so we've gone for a Red Monday, and we wanted to take a look back at the best moments of the season and try and lift them January blues. So we put a tweet out that said we've got lots of stuff planned as part of Red Monday throughout today. Please get involved by sending us your memories, photos, videos and highlights of the season so far. It's fair to say the fans did not disappoint. So we're going to get started today with @SharonB265. She's put the amazing little O's, coaches and staff doing Orient proud in Portugal, finishing third with half the players playing up and only losing one game throughout the whole tournament. There's a picture of the lads out there in Portugal. Well done, boys. And the youngsters have been coming through as well. We've got some exciting prospects in the Orient squad. It's all starting from the bottom, nice. Now we have @NinoBarone27. He's put up a video here. No words need to be said, just a video of Macauley Bonne putting in that penalty at the Braille Group Stadium under the floodlights. And Macauley Bonne's never actually missed a penalty for the O's. Fun fact for you. Now we've all seen her face at some point over the season, and who can't love her? @JulianCabby03 has put #OLFC, one big accessible family friendly club, and there's the wonderful Lottie there doing a pre-match edition at the coach. Sending love, Lottie. Love you, Lottie. And now Graham Dave G, Mr. G, he's coming with another great tweet, and I've got to catch my breath for this one. He's put so many. The wins at Harrogate, Fylde and Wrexham, the perfect comeback on an emotional day versus Bromley, the last minute equaliser at Salford, Gateshead and Halifax, Macca and Josh scoring for fun, reuniting the LOFC with a long lost lifetime Spurs friend who's a season ticket holder. So many points there, and what was really highlighted in that tweet is some of the amazing away days we've had this season. Great tweet, Graham. Now, let's go catch up with Danny Webb, just see how he's been and get out the cold. Here we go. We're joined now by the first team development coach, Danny Webb. Danny, thank you for joining us again.
I'll see you, mate.
It's been a while, What have you been up to? You haven't been around the training ground as much. I've heard there's a reason for that.
Yeah, I'm on a course at the moment, so I'm missing the odd day here and there, which the gaffer's given me plenty of stick about, but he's allowed me to go up to St George's Park once every couple of weeks. It's a management course, a diploma, so it's quite serious. So
you're
going
a student,
back to school.
Yeah, student.
If I graduate, I've got to throw me out in there and all that.
Have you?
So,
we'll get the O show down for you.
We won't get it. But no, I've
I think you look good in the black cape.
I don't think so. I'm not a superhero, but I've certainly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I do miss not being here, especially when we sort of going for promotion.
And how has it been since you last caught up over the Christmas period?
It's been good. It's been hectic, been manic, you know, like it is for everyone, yourselves, us, players, fans. It's carnage, you know, over Christmas with games and training, and you know, a few iffy results over sort of the last few. Just makes you want to work harder and and get the focus even better around the training ground to turn it around.
And what kind of, it was a disappointing Saturday at Ebbsfleet. There's no kind of, can't sugarcoat it. It was a disappointing day. What did you take as a coach?
I think you don't want to say, oh, it's a bad day at the office or something, because, you know, supporters, we don't hear that because it's a bit of a cop-out. But I think it's hard because us as coaches, we're like the fans, you get frustrated and you're down on the coach on the way home. Yeah. I think you look at the bigger picture and you have to say to yourself, you know, people have said to everyone that we'd be top, whether it be goal difference or by a point or by 1,000 points. This time we would have taken it. Saying that, we don't want to, you know, keep saying that, and next week we say, well, if anyone told us we'd be third, we want to stay top. So we've had a few games where we sort of the results have gone our way, but the results we've had previously have allowed us to have those odd slip-ups. Not that we've tried to have them, but we've had those few slip-ups. We're still top.
And every team slips up at some point.
Every team, every season. Man City lost a few homes to Palace and that this year. I thought it was in the world, and now they look like they're going to try. They've got a chance of overtaking Liverpool again. So it's tough. It's tough at all levels, but you know, we'd all rather be at the top saying we're in a blip than 10th chasing the playoffs.
And you're back here and down on the training ground. It's been snowing in the week. There's snow on the pitch as we saw outside. It was absolutely freezing. How's training been this week in the cold?
Good. We left it late today to make a decision if we were going to train here or find an AstroTurf down the road. But luckily the groundsmen were kind and allowed us on the pitch. We didn't do too much, but it's better to get the boys on the balls and get them used to the sort of things we want to try and get in their brains for Saturday against Maidstone, which, despite their league position, is going to be a tough one.
And they're training well?
They're up for it, I think that's what I notice about this squad of players is that when there is a setback, so to speak, they don't come in sulking, they sort of react well. I think that's a big credit to the senior pros, you know, in particular sort of Joe being that, even though he hasn't been playing all the time recently due to injury.
Has he been training this week though?
Trained today, and him and the other experienced pros and even the young lads all together is quite an extraordinary group of lads. Really, how when there is a setback, if anything, they go the other way, more together and more lively and train better. So we don't want to have setbacks every week, but they've got to maintain their training standards because they've been outstanding.
And we've got Maidstone coming to us on Saturday. We've already played them a couple of times. We got our first league win against them at their ground, and we lost out to them as well in the FA Cup. So, I mean, I don't really know what to expect. Can you?
No, I think a temporary joint managing thing going on.
Yeah, they've got a head of football.
One of them's left this morning.
I think they've just announced that they've brought in a head of football.
Have they?
Yeah.
I'm not sure who that is. I mean, there's rumours about certain people who used to be there, but I don't know. I think that sometimes people say it's the worst thing that can happen. They can bring a new manager when they raise a game, but that's the same token. I've seen new managers come in and the team continues to lose. But whether they've got a new manager, no manager, temporary manager, it'll be tough because, you know, it's 11v11 and I'm sure all their players want to stay in this league for next year.
And that is all we've got time for, Sally. Thank you very much for joining me today, Danny.
No problem. Pleasure, mate.
Also, a massive thank you to Joe Austin for joining us and to you for sending your tweets in for Red Monday. And I'll see you at Saturday against Maidstone.